Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is a little bit different. I'm actually just got off work, so if there's a lot of road noise, I'm sorry. And I apologize, I know it's too bad I'm not going to upload this video. But obviously, if you see this, then I decided to upload. The meaning of today's video right now is I wanted to talk about Disney World 2021. Post-pandemic, kind of. I feel like I want to say post-pandemic because today, how things are right now compared to last year this time, it's a lot better. States are opening back up. Florida is one of those. I'm actually currently in Kentucky. So enough about that, but I want to go into what Disney World was like for 2021. All in all, our stay was awesome. The only thing that I didn't like was at the resort. Every time you were in a building at Disney's Coronado Springs, every time you were in a building, you had to wear a mask. Every time at Disney World at the theme parks, when you were inside of a building, you had to have a mask. When you were in line that went into a building or was congested, you had to wear a mask. Now, that being said, spending, hours and hours of your day having to wear a mask got really old. We avoided rides, I think, because of the fact of, yes, it was 97 degrees, which was hot, and having to wear a mask made it even worse. You're social distancing in the line, and it's a 3 to 6 foot gap, and it is a 50-minute line. That line stretches for almost a half mile, close to that. That's what it felt like anyway. So it made the lines look ginormous. All in all, it was okay. Now I'm going to get into the topic of the cast members and characters. There was absolutely, the whole time we were in Magic Kingdom, post or pre-pandemic era, you could walk around Magic Kingdom and you have an autograph book. You can get autographs from almost every single Disney character of your imagination. When I was, 12 years old, back in 2006, my family, I think it was 2005 actually, before my little sister was born, we went to Disney, and I remember having a little blue book, and we walked around, we rode rides. I was a kid at that time, because that's all I wanted to do. Was ride rides, got autographs. My sisters, we all got autographs from all the Disney characters. We went and had lunch at Epcot with Disney characters, princesses. They walked around, they signed our books, all that good stuff. And so that right there took Disney World experience is, there's three main things. As a kid and an adult, you would go there to ride rides, see the attractions, and get Disney character signatures. With that being said, back here in 2021, you're only getting 2 experiences. Actually, one. You're getting the second one if you choose to endure the hot, long lines because of separation. You're not getting to get any Disney character experience. We went to Magic Kingdom, back to that topic, which is the main park for Disney experiences, and didn't get to see a single Disney character. I think at the very end of our Magic Kingdom experience, we got to see Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and Rabbit on the stage, waving down to everybody. That's the biggest thing, is that, they're taking away from, the whole thing for this pandemic and everything with schools going back, and parents, you should do this summer with your children, or this. And that's why we chose to go to Disney World, because, hey, our kids had to suffer through something. Their lives got changed all the way around. As an adult, it wasn't, it was just something that we are already prepared for, of sacrifices. But as a kid, they strive and live off of that experience of life isn't supposed to change. You're supposed to be able to have all of these experiences available to you. And so I was pretty bummed when we didn't get to see anybody. And so our trip strictly revolved around the sights, of the experience of the surroundings, the experience of seeing people in one big place again, the experience of seeing these magnificent structures, the castle, Avatar. Just being able to see those attractions is pretty much all we were given the biggest opportunity for, unless we wanted to wait in the blistering heat in long lines. With that being said, you know, it didn't ruin our trip, I don't think. There was things that still saved our trip. Our resort, the swimming pool at the resort, which we didn't take any video of, and just being able to have fun and to finally feel free somewhat. And I think the kids loved it as well. I don't think they were expecting the walking, which I kept on telling them prior to the trip, it's going to be a lot of walking. We walked a total of 27.8 miles in that trip, and we were just there at Disney for 3 days. Total, we were there, if you put the 2 half days together, we were there for 4 days. That 4th day was traveling to there and leaving there. So in 3 days' time of being there, we walked 27.8 miles, which was awesome. Awesome for me, awesome for my wife, but terrible for the kids. I saw many people say, you know, on comments on Facebook and social media about waiting in these long lines and how we were choosing not to, you know, say that my brother-in-law is handicapped. I'm proud of him because he always has trouble walking. But the fact that he walked, I know, yes, he didn't keep up with us. And I know, yes, I also walked a lot, you know, way too fast at times. But that's just me, and I'm trying to get used to when we're in public in big groups of people that I need to slow down because he can't walk as fast as us. But anyway, I saw many people say, you know, there's disability passes and whatnot, and, you know, you can jump lines with this disability pass, or you don't have to wait in line. But there's only one truth to that. With the disability pass, you don't have to wait in line. But it does not mean that you get to jump line, which that's what I thought before going, until I was, you know, I researched a lot about what this trip was going to do and how it was going to be. And the disability pass just allows you to, on your phone, wait in a queue wherever the line is. If it's a 45-minute wait at the end of that line, you jump in that queue at 45-minute wait. And then you go sit down on a bench or you go walk around. And when that 45 minutes is up, it'll say like, hey, you've got like, you know, such and such a time to get to this ride. It's your time. It's your time to get, you know, jump in. So you go back to the ride, go up to the front, and you get to jump in. So no, you do not get to skip the line. You just get to skip standing in that line, which with someone with a disability like my brother-in-law, I think for him, walking around will be a lot worse than standing in a line. Because standing, he gets to take a break. He doesn't have to walk, which the walking part is the hardest part for him. So that doesn't really help. The thing doesn't really help unless you're wheelchair bound and you're either getting tired of pushing that person or you're getting tired of, you know, pushing yourself, which actually doesn't even make sense, because if you're walking around because you're waiting in a queue for a disability pass, you're still pushing yourself around. Or if you're sitting in a wheelchair, everyone else is walking and they can walk, and so you're either going to a bench and still sitting in the wheelchair. So the disability pass, I think, actually is pretty much useless. Another thing, the resorts. I was watching videos beforehand about the worst resort rankings, you know, 1 through 10 or whatever in Disney World. And our resort, Coronado Springs, on that person's video was saying that Coronado Springs is ranked the second worst resort in Disney World. And I have to put a stop right there. Coronado Springs was the most beautiful place I've ever stayed at, hotel-wise. I've never been to a resort personally, so, you everyone has, opinions are like assholes, they always say. Everyone's got one. But in my personal opinion, Coronado Springs was the most beautiful resort that I have been to, and that I would probably have been to in the rest of my life. I would definitely choose to go back and stay at Coronado Springs and not even do Disney World, especially if Disney World is going to stay where they are. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my rant and rave, and also my rating and my should you go to Disney World 2021. I don't know. In my personal opinion, going to Disney World in 2021. Another thing. Fireworks parade, nope, nothing. Avatar, lights at night, nope, nothing. They close at 7 o'clock. Nighttime doesn't fall in Florida, and where Disney is right now, until like 9 o'clock in the night. We had planned to go to Avatar that afternoon, evening, to see the lights, but then found out that they closed at 7 or 7:30. But even a half-hour difference, it doesn't make a difference on the, timing of the sunset. So lights weren't even a possibility for Pandora Avatar. So all in all, would I go with the family back to Disney World 2021? If they do not lift restrictions on Disney like Florida has, and they do not allow character interactions, parades, fireworks, any of that, I wouldn't waste the money, especially for a family. If you're going by yourself and you live in Florida, it's $100. It's just like any theme park. But I wouldn't waste it. I would spend your money on going to the resorts if you want a Disney theme or a Disney World experience, but I wouldn't pay the extra $400 a day for 4 people to go to the parks, because it's not worth it. The experience was great. We all loved it. We just did not get the full Disney World experience that everyone knows, loves, and dreams about. That is my take of should I go to Disney World 2021. Alright guys, don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you can be notified when we post a new video, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.